I'm not sure I get stuck.
Okay, sounds good.
Hey there, Jason Gaddis here with Empowering Relationships. So each week I'm going to bring to you a video that's hopefully going to help you turn more and more of your relationship pain into more and more love and connection. And that's the whole point of this video series. So what I want to talk about today is stuck relationships. And you may have found yourself in your life in a stuck relationship. Stuck, stagnant, kind of complacent, drifting, a little flat. And when we're in a stuck relationship, people tend to tell me things like, I feel unsatisfied, I feel stuck, I feel like things have sort of bottomed out, I don't know why we can't get the connection back, it feels stale, we're not having sex, I don't feel my heart anymore. And typically we see this kind of thing in a long-term relationship. So if you're stuck right now, I'm going to give you one simple statement you can make that's going to transform your stuckness and move it a little bit. And ideally, it's going to move it a lot, depending on how serious you are with the statement. But first, let's look at why we get stuck in relationships. Ask yourself, why am I stuck right now? What is contributing to me getting stuck? And sometimes we tend to point the finger outward, like, well, my partner, I just fell out of love with them, or they're so irritating and annoying that I pull back, or I've just kind of lost interest. We might say more responsible statements like, I'm just withdrawing, I'm not satisfied, and I'm retreating, and I find myself kind of avoiding. That would be a really responsible way of taking ownership for your part in the dynamic. Either way, you're stuck. Why is that? And we just have to keep looking closer and closer. And what I find is people are usually scared. So see if that's true. Try it on that I'm scared to take it to the next level. Because you don't need to stay stuck, right? There's no point in staying stuck any longer than this moment. You can be done with stuckness right now. All right? But first, you've got to acknowledge your fear and that you're stuck. You're part of this equation. I'm stuck. It's like my feet are in concrete and I can't move. And what happens in a marriage, for example, after kids and after 5 or 10 years, is couples start to drift and they get stuck in the drift and they start to harden and calcify around their stuck places. And neither one of them has the courage to speak up and say, this isn't working for me. And sometimes one person does, and usually that begins the process of moving towards a divorce or moving towards deepening your relationship and changing it and mixing it up. But somebody has to wave the flag and say, hello, this isn't working for me, I'm stuck. But I first want you to acknowledge that you're scared, all right? And we all get scared in relationship because when we were little kids, we couldn't be ourselves for whatever reason. Mom and dad had limitations, and where they couldn't handle us, they shut us down. And so we got the message, we can't be fully ourselves unless I conform to who they want me to be, and we start shape-shifting, right? We start being who they want us to be because who we are upsets them, and we lose connection. So no one likes that feeling. No kid likes that feeling. So kids make all kinds of little adjustments to keep the connection with the big people. And we've all done this. I haven't met a person yet that has not done this. So it's a very smart strategy. But what happens is you keep doing that in your life as a grown-up, as an adult. And it hurts. It's supposed to hurt, folks. It's supposed to sting and be a slow burn over time that feels miserable so that you act and do something about it. You don't need to stay in this childhood kind of contracted place like fearful, oh no, like if I really be myself here, my partner is going to go away. That's the projection that we had as little kids, and that's what happened usually, right? So you got to trust that your partner can handle you, and if they can't, why are you with them? So here's your simple statement that you've got to make, okay? And it starts and goes something like this. Honey, I'm really scared to get more honest with you right now. Honey, I'm really scared to tell the truth about our relationship right now. Okay, so let's time out and say, what am I doing there? All I'm doing is getting honest and telling the truth about myself. What does that do? It instantly creates intimacy. Truth telling is juicy. Truth telling has energy. Truth telling builds connection. So we're just telling the truth. Honey, I'm scared, shitless. I feel like frozen. I feel withdrawn. I noticed for the past 5 years, I just keep avoiding you. 5 years, like people, you do not have to do this for another day. So my challenge to you is take this simple statement into your relationship if you feel stuck, and I guarantee you, you're going to start moving a little bit. It might create a huge fight. Well, a fight is better than stuckness and complacency and avoiding, right? So fighting is good. Fighting is healthy and builds intimacy over time, especially if we learn how to do it. So try that on, take it to your partner and go for it. Extra credit is take responsibility for how long you feel stuck or have felt stuck. For the past 3 years, I've kind of been avoiding sex with you because I'm afraid to get hurt. I'm afraid to be myself. I'm afraid you won't accept me. I'm afraid to speak up because I'm afraid our marriage is going to end and we have kids and I don't want to deal with that. Whatever the case is, extra credit is keep going. Keep truth telling. That's going to unstuck your situation. So hopefully this has been a helpful tip here at Empowering Relationships, and I look forward to seeing you next time.